Here are the test scores for the guy you filled out the form for. He scored a B minus. This guy is a risky bet. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
Most likely, he won't go very far in his career, even if he talks about big ideas or hopes. He enjoys imagining what could be, but he doesn't have the drive or the push to turn those words into action. If you hear him boast about big plans, watch closely, chances are it's mostly talk.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is likely to get upset quickly and struggle to keep his cool. He might get angry or flustered, and you could see him complain or overthink small mistakes. Instead of bouncing back, he may carry the stress with him and become moody or withdrawn for a while.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work will likely see him as well mannered and pleasant because he's careful to be polite, even when he's upset. He tries hard not to offend others and usually avoids direct fights or arguments. So he's not the troublemaker, but he's probably also not the one everyone turns to when it matters most.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do well in your career, he'll be genuinely happy for you and may even cheer you on with big smiles and playful words. He isn't very competitive, so your success won't bruise his ego or make him feel threatened. Still, overall, you'll feel his pride and joy rather than jealousy or insecurity.
What if you start earning more than him?
He isn't likely to resent you or secretly feel insecure if you earn more than him. In fact, he'll probably accept it with ease and might even joke about it or see it as something positive for both of you. He cares more about enjoying life and keeping things comfortable than being on top.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He handles money quite carefully and likes to keep things neat and planned. You'll notice he thinks before buying, prefers to follow a budget, and avoids impulsive spending. He might even keep track of his expenses and remind you to save for the future.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He usually lives within his means and doesn't pretend to be richer than he is. He likes things to be organized and planned, so he's careful about how much he spends. He finds comfort in being responsible, even if it means saying no to some luxuries.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He's polite and warm in his words, but when it comes to real kindness or generosity, he's on the reserved side. He might help with small things or be pleasant to everyone, but he doesn't naturally go out of his way for others, whether it's giving money or emotional support. You may find that he's careful with spending, not stingy, but he won't be the one treating everyone or giving unexpected gifts.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is likely to be open and straightforward about money, not secretive or controlling. He prefers clear plans and order in life, so he won't hide details about spending or saving. You can expect him to talk honestly about budgets, bills, and shared expenses.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He will expect housework to be shared fairly and done together. He believes in keeping things organized and likes routines, so he won't just dump all the chores on you or leave things messy. If you value teamwork and a tidy home, he'll make sure you're not left alone in handling chores.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is likely to roll up his sleeves and truly help with chores and even diapers, not just stand by and watch or give instructions. Because he likes things orderly and neat, he won't be happy sitting back while work piles up. He'll want to get involved to keep things in shape. With him, you'll find a real teammate at home, not just a supervisor.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
When there's a disagreement, he's more likely to get defensive or emotional rather than calmly trying to see your side. He may argue or react strongly if he feels criticized, sometimes saying things just to win the point instead of truly listening. It's not that he wants to hurt you, but he gets caught up in his own feelings and can have trouble stepping back to understand where you're coming from.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he gets angry, he tries to stay polite on the surface, but his emotions can get the better of him. He might say sharp or hurtful things without thinking, especially if he feels cornered or misunderstood. Sometimes he may snap, raise his voice, or make comments he regrets later.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he does get angry quickly and can lose his cool over small things. This isn't something you should ignore. Fast tempers often lead to frequent fights, harsh words, and stress at home. If you're hoping for peace and understanding, think about whether you're ready to handle his outbursts.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it hard to say sorry and take responsibility when things go wrong. His first reaction might be to blame you or make excuses, especially if he feels hurt or embarrassed. This can make arguments last longer and leave you feeling unheard.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He is polite and usually wants to keep things pleasant, so he's likely to listen when you set boundaries and say no. However, if he's feeling emotional or upset, he might push a little or try to convince you, not out of meanness, but because he can get caught up in his own feelings. Deep down, he wants peace and order more than conflict. So when you stand firm, he will finally respect your wishes. Your comfort will matter to him.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He can be quite sensitive and emotional, so your no might make him feel unwanted or rejected, even if that's not what you mean. It's important to reassure him gently that it's not about him and to have open talks about your needs.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You can mostly trust him to keep private moments private as he values politeness and doesn't want to create open conflict or shame. He usually won't betray your trust on purpose. Communication and trust matter to him, even if his temper sometimes flares.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is not the type who's always looking around or easily pulled toward other women. He values routine and comfort, so he prefers stable relationships over chasing new excitement. If you're worried about loyalty, he's far more focused on keeping things steady at home than wandering off.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He is not usually over possessive or very jealous. He likes things to be comfortable and in order, and he's not the type to watch your every move or question your actions all the time. He prefers peace over drama and would rather avoid fights about trust.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
His protective nature is more about wanting things to run smoothly and feel safe, not about controlling you. He likes order and routines and sometimes may offer advice or worry about your well being, but he doesn't push or demand things to be done only his way. If he feels stressed or emotional, he might get a bit fussy or insist on certain rules at home. But it's not about power, it's about comfort and wanting everyone to feel settled.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will see parenting as a shared job and want both of you to work together. He doesn't believe all the responsibility should fall on one person, and he likes routines. So he'll help with tasks like setting schedules, managing homework, or keeping things tidy. If you talk openly about dividing duties, he'll respect the plan and do his part.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper and react quickly. His emotions can get big in stressful moments, so you might see him raise his voice, scold sharply, or show frustration instead of staying calm and patient. The kids may feel scared or worried about making mistakes because of these strong reactions.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He will support you in your role as a mother and also respect that you have your own life and interests. He likes things to run smoothly at home and will pitch in with family duties so you're not left to manage everything alone. He may not always understand your personal needs deeply unless you explain, but he won't stand in your way.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
He does want things to be orderly and smooth at home, but he isn't likely to support your career just to suddenly ask you to quit after having a child. He prefers sharing responsibilities and will expect both of you to be part of running the household and raising children. Honest conversations upfront about your dreams and plans will help avoid any hidden surprises.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will be polite and well mannered with your parents, always greeting them properly and behaving with respect. However, his warmth may not go very deep. He's more comfortable following good manners than building truly close, loving bonds. He's unlikely to ever be rude, but deep warmth and friendship may take time or might never fully develop. He will try to adjust to your family, especially when it comes to routines, manners, and household order.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he might struggle to handle it calmly. He tends to get emotional and may react with frustration, showing his annoyance more openly than he means to. He doesn't want to hurt anyone, but he finds it hard to stay steady under family pressure.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is likely to be modern and relaxed with you in private, but expect you to be more traditional when his relatives are around. He cares about how things look to others and wants to keep family routines and customs in place, especially during visits or gatherings. If this bothers you, talk openly so he understands your feelings and you can decide on a balance together.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or try to keep the peace rather than clearly taking your side against his family. He doesn't like open conflict and prefers things to be calm, so he might avoid getting involved or give gentle advice instead of standing up strongly for you. This can feel lonely if you need direct support in front of others.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He isn't a classic mummy's boy pass, but he does care a lot about keeping family peace and respecting traditions. If there's a conflict with his mother, he will feel torn and most likely try to avoid taking sides. Deep loyalty to his mom and fear of family drama can make him hesitant.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is likely to keep most details of your fights and private life between the two of you, not running to his mother or sister with every problem. He values privacy and order and feels uncomfortable airing personal matters in front of family. If this happens too often, it could lead to trust issues or interference in your relationship.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all we know about him, this guy is a B minus. This guy is a risky bet from a relationship perspective. Being in a relationship with this man means living with someone who loves routine, keeps things neat, and enjoys sharing happy, lively moments with you. He handles money and home matters carefully, and you'll rarely worry about chaos or uncertainty.